Okay, so today we're going to be talking about how to run Facebook ads using Calendly. Okay, now one of the things that we must understand is that while running ads, you can run conversion ads. Okay, and conversion ads means that you are directly converting. So, for example, you want to sell an online course, or you want to sell your coaching program, or you want to sell your products. You're running conversion ads. Now, conversion ads run well for products which you can just see and you would want to buy, something which highlights the peak of interest or anything. So, for example, t-shirts. For t-shirts would work out quite good in terms of conversions. But again, the problem is if you're a fresh brand, Facebook doesn't have any data about conversions. So what happens is that you won't be getting any conversion. Okay, so usually then you have to choose a different kind of action. Let me explain how that works. So what really happens is while setting up your Pixel is the tracking tool. You track, like Facebook needs to know that what button means conversion. Okay, so for example, if you click on purchase now button, fill up your details and finally pay, that pay button means that conversion has happened. So we are telling Facebook through Pixel that purchase, like pay, that one button pay is actually the conversion action, which means that conversion ho gaya. You also can set a conversion amount, by the way. So for example, that the pay button is worth 1,000 rupees, okay, or 2,000 rupees, or 10,000 rupees, or whatever. So every conversion, Facebook will automatically show 1,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, whatever it is. So this is called a conversion action when the conversion action is purchase. The conversion action could be something else as well. So for example, you can keep the conversion action as add to cart. Now, add to cart, chances of people actually buying something would obviously be lower than a person going for add to cart. Okay, there are higher chances of more people clicking on add to cart than people who will actually convert. There's also lead. So for example, before paying, you have to fill your details, right? So that's something called lead. So you can select that button and the conversion action there could be lead. Now, in the end, it is your call. While running the Facebook ad, you can decide, do I want to choose conversion as purchase, conversion as, what is my action? Is my action lead based? Is my conversion action lead? Is my conversion action add to cart? Is my conversion action website loading? Like click, what is your conversion action? Is something that is all there. For the people who have no idea about Facebook ads, they might get confused, but the people who've done it before, I don't think they should have a problem. Okay, I can see clear, very clear. Not clear, Karandeep says. Okay, cool, no issue. I'll just repeat at a short span. So let's say, okay, Facebook needs to know. Okay, Facebook needs to know. I did explain, that's what I'm saying, but okay, Facebook needs to know. I'm trying to explain it in depth because kai baar ek class se nahi hota hai. Facebook needs to know what is conversion according to you. Facebook is nothing. It's a machine. Machine को तो आपको exactly बताना पड़ेगा कि क्या चाहिए. So for Facebook, the conversion action is what? In this case, for example, conversion, there is an objective you select, right? Conversions. So Facebook के लिए the conversion action is what? Conversion आपके लिए क्या है? Conversion आपके लिए page view है. Does page view mean conversion for you? Is add to cart conversion for you? Lead is conversion for you? Purchase is conversion for you? You can highlight that button and accordingly go forward with it however you want to go with it. It's a simple process just like that. Okay, but now let me tell you a bit about it. Okay, and this is important. For a lot of people, you'd realize that purchase and conversion actions that way won't work out for you because people don't trust you. People will buy from you when they trust you, and online the trust factor is very low. I mean, think about it. All people have to do is do this and you're gone. So if just doing this makes you disappear, you have to make sure that you are making people comfortable, something that they're super comfortable with. So one of the best methods there would be to get that personal touch. Now, either you can call them for a webinar or a workshop or something like that. But the difference in that would be that if you're calling them for something like that, means that they will have to sign up, there will be a mail, a date will be placed in the future, they will have to then do accordingly, and you'd never know how many people actually show up. One of the other methods, which is much better, is indeed something like either a message campaign. Message campaign means that you'll click on the button and you can directly send a message. Simple. So conversation begins like this. You can start messaging. The difference here is that you're going to get a lot of junk leads. A lot of people will be like, I don't remember, like, what is it about? And they'll speak in a weird language you won't understand. So sometimes message campaigns can create a lot of junk leads. Jinke paas kuch kaam nahi hai, they just want to chat with you. Okay. The second kind of method is lead. Now, lead gen is something in which what you're doing is Facebook has its own lead forms. This is good if you want to do cold calls or you want to send mails or something like that. So you get the details, you can get their phone number, email IDs and all that through a lead form on Facebook. And then you can give them a call saying that, hey, you signed up on this and we just wanted to talk about so and so things. That's one of the ways. The third way, which is very essential, especially for freelancers, if you're trying to get a client, this method is the most important one, which is a booking form. Now, booking form means that you'll take them to a website or your Calendly page for that matter. They come to your Calendly page. Calendly, I hope everyone knows. Calendly means that it's a calendar. And people select a date, a time, their details, and it's booked. Voila. So the better part of this is that why Calendly is good is because you can set up automation mails in that, which means that the moment I book a Calendly meeting, I'll get a mail and a message, SMS. Then you can set it that send it in another 24 hours or send it 3 hours before the event or 1 hour before the event, 5 minutes before the event. So reminders milte hain. The chances of showing up becomes higher. So this is why you should be doing it using Calendly. Okay, Calendly is really good. I think there are more as well, but I would suggest Calendly. Calendly is one of the simplest ones. A lot of people use it, so it's certainly one of the best out there. Okay, so Calendly pe we will go and do something like that. Okay, there are many automated email systems. So why Calendly? Because it's quite simple. It's not about automated mail system for which you're going with Calendly. Calendly is just for the ease of booking meetings. For ease of booking meetings, you can go to Calendly. Calendly mein hi automation hota hai, so all that in one tool is much better than anything else. So they go directly to the tool. Wahin pe they will book the meeting. Wahin pe they'll get the message, SMS also, they'll get the mail also. You can set all that up. It's called workflows. Inside Calendly, it's called workflow. I hope you're writing it down. Okay. So this is one of the methods that you can actually essentially be using. I'll showcase it as well so that you get a better clarity as to what I'm talking about. So for example, I'll try to showcase something. Okay. So let me show you my Calendly. Okay. So I'm here. If you look here, I'll show you something. So this is one of my meetings, Sales for Brands. Okay. There's a proper ad campaign going around this also. So if I go to Facebook ads, I hate it. I find it so difficult to find Facebook ads. Okay, I'll show you something. Okay, that is Facebook ads. Let's go to Ad Manager. Yeah, go to Ads Manager. Yeah, whatever. Then yeah, okay, cool. I think we're good to go. So I'll show you something. Yeah, so this is my ad account, for example. This is one of my ad accounts, and this is one of the ads that I'm currently running. Okay, there are many ads that I'm running. Where is it? Is it this month, July 1? Okay, I want to go for last 30 days, for example. Okay. Now this one I'm running, for example, SFB 30th June. It's run for a few days. We've got 3 website purchases. Website purchases here means that for me it's booking of a meeting. Okay, Booking of the meeting for me is website purchases here. Okay. Then essentially this is what's happening. Cost per result is 260 rupees. For 260 rupees, I'm getting one lead here, and 82 rupees I've spent. Now let's talk about going to Calendly. What have I done? So first of all, let me tell you which page do they land to and what exactly is this ad. So if I go here, if I go here, this is the ad. Essentially, this is what the ad looks like. Okay. I'm running 3 successful businesses and serving 50 plus clients. I understand that the all-round results or something. Book a call directly with me, learn more button, need more online customers ? And there is a video. Where does this go? I'll show you that as well. This will go here. So it lands somewhere here. Now, if you go here, you'd realize that you can select a date. These are my available timings. Okay. So on every day, you'll find a certain amount of timings. You can go and select any date that you feel like. So you select a date, a time, and what happens is you can fill your name, your email ID, your phone number. I've added more columns like brand name, location. See, the thing is why I'm adding these things is I'll tell you the reason behind adding these names for me, specifically for my agency. I need the person's name so that I can talk to them. Email so that obviously I need to send them auto mailers. Send text messages to and phone number. That is because I want to send them SMSs as reminders. There's an option called add guests, so they can, if they have other people also joining the meeting, they can add them. Brand name is important because I want to do some prior research before actually talking to them. Location is because what if the brand name is not searchable? So for example, if the brand name is something plus they've written Mumbai. So when I put the brand name plus Mumbai, thus I know this is the exact brand. Designation, because I don't want to talk. I want to talk to a decision maker. It needs to be a founder, a CEO or someone. I don't want to talk to a general manager. I don't want to talk to all those people. I want to talk to the decision maker and they can schedule the meeting. Now, the moment they select schedule a meeting, obviously right there, I will know it will talk about a website purchase, and thus this is what happened. I showed you the website purchase part. So yeah, I already got 3 bookings in I think 2 days since I've actually 30th June. So yeah, that's yesterday. From yesterday till today, I have already gotten 3 bookings of meetings. Okay, spending at around 700 rupees, I've gotten 3 meetings already. Now, what have I done? I'll show you one other thing is that if I go here, I have selected. So I have done what is the event about. I've done all that. When can you book the meeting? So I have actually selected a certain timing. So use an existing schedule and 10 to 11. So this is normally done. There is a thing you can even ask invitee questions. So here I can add any questions that I want to add. All these questions I've added here. Okay. Then here is called workflows. Now this is where you set up all the automation. Now here, if you see, I have already set up different kind of automations here. You see this? I've sent that the moment they book it, immediately when event starts, email reminder to invitee. That will be like send email to invitee. Then 3 hours before event starts, another email will go. 6 hours before event starts, an email will go. Immediately when event scheduled. So here, send email to invitee. Okay. When new email will be, which means that the moment they book it, unko ek email jayega. The 3 hours before the event starts, they'll get a text. Immediately when the event starts, they'll get a text. 1 hour before the event starts, they'll get a text. Immediately when it's scheduled, they'll get a text. So this means there's a lot of follow-up happening. So the chances of them showing up would be quite good. Trust me, if you don't have this, I'm telling you right away, if this is not set up by you, if workflow is not set up by you like this, have a look properly how I've done it. Okay. 6 hours, one is immediately, then 6 hours, 3 hours, and then when it starts. Okay. And for SMSs, I've done it immediately, then when it starts, and 1 hour before. Okay. If you do not set up your workflow like this, the challenge that you're going to face is you're not going to get show-ups. They'll book the event and then they'll not come to the event. And then you'll be like, I don't get it. Like, why are they not coming? The reality is because you didn't follow up. And the key to anything, to closing anything, is follow-ups. Okay. So just like that, You can have notification cancellation policy. There's a confirmation page. Now, this is interesting. Now, what happens in this confirmation page is if you have your own website, you can automatically, now understand this thing, iske liye main wapas aa jata hu. If you have your own website, you can create a thank you page. Now, I'll give you a hack. Otherwise, you'll have to install Pixel to your Calendly and pay some extra money. I'll help you save that money. I'll tell you what you can do. You can have a confirmation page. So for example, you have your own website. Okay. I don't know what your website is, but you've got your own website. Create a thank you page in that website. And that thank you page that you have, uska link dal do confirmation page pe. So Calendly mein jaise hi the meeting will be booked, it automatically will redirect to that page. Now install the Pixel there. That way you don't have to pay extra for Calendly. Okay. Calendly will charge you money so that you can install a Pixel on Calendly. Instead, what you could do is you can have your own website, whatever your website is, create a confirmation thank you page. On Calendly, the moment the meeting is booked, you can ask them to redirect to a page. Redirect it to your thank you page and install the Pixel on your thank you page of your website. So the moment your thank you page is reloaded, automatically Facebook knows that a conversion has happened. So that's actually a hack of how you don't have to pay Calendly for the Pixel, okay? For installing Pixel there. Yes, you won't get a few details like did they click on the button, did they book it or not and all that. But then essentially your Pixel work can be done that way.